Welcome back, Film Force fans. His name is Jordan Wiltshire. Rumour has it he knows over 500 phrases in Jawa. All we know for sure is he loves all things geek. And today he is
telling you what cities I think Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them sequels should visit after the second one.
You must feel the force around you.
Sorry, that was me pretending to be in a wizarding duel. Sometimes I do that just because it's fun. Never mind. So it's just been announced that each Fantastic Beasts movie after the second one will take place in a different city. The first one was in New York. The second one that's coming out this year is going to be in Paris. And where will the next ones be? It will be in a different city around the world. So I'm going to break down what 4 cities / countries I think they could explore in the remaining 3 films. Now, first of all, being Aussie, of course, it's got to be Australia. I come from a land. Now, you might say, there's not much information in the books about Australian wizards. No, you're right, there's not. And in the expanded books like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Quidditch, Quidditch Through the Ages, and Tales of the Beetle Bard, there's not much either. And on Pottermore, J.K. Rowling has revealed that there are 11 worldwide wizarding schools. We know about 9 of them. One of them she has said will be in Australia, but she will not reveal that information about it yet. Well, wouldn't a film like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 3, 4 or 5 be the perfect time to see a school? You never know. I think it should be under Ayers Rock. That might be too stupid, too iconic. But it would be perfect, I think. There's so much outback in Australia for them to use. Another great thing about Australia is, imagine the animals that we could see, the Australian magical animals. Now, the only Australian magical animal that we know of currently, so it's a New Zealand Antilopian opale. It's a New Zealand native dragon that also lives in Australia as well when hunting grounds are short. We could see that, but we could also see so many other creatures. J.K. Rowling uses so many of her ideas from already existing creatures. With the wildlife that Australia has, like kangaroos, wombats, echidnas, platypus, imagine the magical creatures we could see based on them. I think it would be really great. We could see Australian wizards. Okay, maybe they don't wear robes, maybe they wear corked hats. You never know. Okay, and you could also explore the Aboriginal side of wizards. Maybe they were some of the first wizards in Australia. And we also know that Australia has a few good Quidditch teams as well. We could see an Australian Quidditch team. I just think Australia wizards would be a really cool thing to explore. Most likely because I'm slightly biased. Now, moving on. I want to explore South America. More importantly, Brazil. More importantly, the Amazon. That's because there is already a wizarding school that we know of in the Amazon. Okay, I'm not going to try and pronounce the name, but it's based in the Amazon rainforest. It is in a temple, like a big golden pyramid temple, like basically an Inca temple. The school's name is Castel Bruxo. Told you why I shouldn't really pronounce it. And the school's name is Castel Bruxo, and they specialise in magic zoology and herbology. Wouldn't that be the best place for Newt Scamander to go? Okay, and some of the beasts we could see, from an Amazon salamander to fire slugs, to the caipiras, to cupiaras, all these other weird magical creatures. And then there's dragons as well we could see, and all these others that J.K. Rowling could create. Not only would it be great to see the Amazon in a Wizarding World style, but also, apparently according to Pottermore, a lot of tribes have their own wizards as well. And that would be a great point to explore as well. And I think Newt Scamander, who's writing a book about Fantastic Beasts, would want to go to a school which specialises in zoology. Next, I think they should explore Asia. Now, they could explore many different places in Asia, from India, Japan, China, but I specifically want Japan. Because at the time of setting the films is during World War II. We already know Grindelwald's War happens during World War II. So this one the next film is going to be just before World War II, and the next one, you never know, could be in World War II. Wouldn't that be interesting to see wizards in World War II? But the reason why I say it should be set in Asia is because the school in Asia called Mahura Toroko, I probably butchered that name, is on the island, on a small volcanic island, Miami Iwo Jima, south of Iwo Jima. One of the key battles in World War II of the Allies trying to take Japan. Wouldn't it be interesting to see wizards in that war in a way? Or having to take shelter, having to hide from the war. It's one of the smallest schools in the wizarding world, and kids who don't currently board there fly back and forth during the day on giant storm petrels, big birds. That would be another creature that we could see. Other creatures we can maybe see are phoenixes, Kappa, which is a Japanese water demon, Riems, and hoo-hoos. Look them up. I'm not going to even try explaining them. Another thing that would be great seeing the Asian community of wizards is, instead of brooms, they actually fly flying carpets. Don't we want to see that in the Harry Potter wizarding world? Let's see Asia. More specifically, Japan. I think Japan would be perfect, or India. And finally, the other country / city I want to see is Africa. I bless the rains down in Africa. Africa's huge, but we could see Cairo, we could see Congo, we could see Cape Town. There's so many places we could see. Africa's got its own wizarding school as well, which is the largest in the world, carved out of a mountain and set in the clouds. That sounds a great visual as well. And also, their lead is in South Transfiguration. Some of the best animaguses come from this. Apparently people who can transform into cheetahs and leopards and tigers and lions. Don't we want to see that on screen? We've seen McGonagall transform into a cat and Sirius Black transform into a dog. I'd rather see someone transform into a lion, wouldn't you? By exploring Cairo, maybe we could see the pyramids. We've already seen a bit from Bill Weasley. Apparently he was a tomb buster. Magical things in the pyramid tombs. That would be interesting. We could actually see a sphinx on screen, since we didn't get to see it in Goblet of Fire like it is in the books. Other animals or magical animals we could see on screen are a Nundu, which is a giant leopard, which basically kills entire African villages, according to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them book. You should read it. Other creatures are Runespore, a three-headed snake, which could be significant for Gilbert Grindelwald, maybe other parcel tongues. Or a Whooper, which is an African bird. Looks a bit like a Muppet, I'd say. Now, another thing that would be interesting about African wizards is not many of them use wands. Another thing that's key about African wizards is not many of them use wands. They use their hands and point and things like that, and are more non-verbal. That would be another interesting way to explore the magical community. Now, with Newt Scamander using a wand, he might be looked down upon. You never know. But exploring Africa with all its wonderful fauna, we could see some great magical fauna. Now, did you understand anything of what I said? Was I speaking a load of gobbledygook? What do you think of my Aussie's opinion on what cities and countries we should explore in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, do hit that like button or head down to the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for the latest videos. May the Force be with you.